Okay, class, so we're going from an augmented matrix to systems of equation. For me, it does not matter what variable you use, but in my math lab, it's going to tell you use like X or Y or X, Y, Z if it's three variables or so many variables. It's going to tell you what letter to use. So just let's stay with X, Y, Z. That's how I'm going to do it here. For this one, you're not solving any matrix in this part. It just wants you to go from one form to the next. So here, I'm setting this up. Here's my matrix. Remember, my rows are my equations. So my first equation is going to be my first row. My second equation is going to be my second row. That's how we do it, right? So let me put my line to separate the two. So 3, 5, negative 13. Second row, 2, 3, negative 9. You are only writing in coefficients. If there's no variable in that equation, then the coefficient is 0, okay? Let's do this one right here. You see we have 3 rows, right? So we're going to write 4, negative 2, 3, and then I put my line to separate my constant term. Next row, 3, 5, 1, 7. Last row, 5, negative 1, 4, and 7. That's all we're doing. I didn't actually solve anything. Convert from one to another. So we were given systems of equations, and we converted them to matrices. Okay? Now let's go the other way around. I want to write the systems of equation. Look what we have. This is augmented matrix, right? And I want to take this and write the systems of equation, right? That's what I want to do. This tells me I have 2 rows. I see 2 rows, 2 equations. Look at this one, 3 rows, 3 equations. Remember, we're going to just keep it like how my math lab would do it. X, Y, and then that's the number term. Remember that. That's the number row, column. So when we write that X, 1X minus 5Y equals negative 18, then we get 6X plus 2Y equals 20. That's our systems of equation. Simple as that. We're not solving anything. We just writing it, converting it. Now, let's look at number 4. Look what we have here. We got 3 variables, so that would be my X, this would be my Y, this is my Z. You see in this very first equation that our Y has a 0 as a coefficient. I'm not going to include Y, because if I have a 0 as a coefficient, that makes it go away. So my first equation would be X plus Z equals 4. Second equation, let's look at this right here. Y'all see that? Let's look at that. Look, my X is 0, coefficient of 0. My Y is 1, and my Z is 0. I don't have to write anything that has 0 as a coefficient. So my second equation is just Y equals 2. And my very last row, I only have Z that has a 1, has a coefficient. So Z equals 3. That's what we have here. And we wrote the systems of equation. We've done that. And as you see here, we wrote matrices.